Today I fucked up by thinking strawberry rhubarb was its own type of fruit. Had a date with a guy yesterday. I was feeling pretty nervous, since I haven't been dating for about a year, so I took a THC gummy beforehand. He was pretty serious and intellectual, so I was trying to match his energy. We talked about his PhD program, politics, the US pandemic response. We had dinner and then got some strawberry rhubarb pie for dessert. I have only had it about 2 times before and honestly never paid too close attention to it. I offhand said something like, "Wow, it's crazy how much strawberry rhubarb tastes like a real strawberry." To which he looked puzzled and was like, "What do you mean?" I went into explaining how it's crazy how strawberry rhubarb is pink and tastes like strawberry, even though it's a completely separate fruit that's a stalk. His reaction led me to look a bit closer at the pie and see, in fact, there were little bits of strawberries in it. My whole delusion that a sweet strawberry rhubarb plant existed was, well, incorrect. The realization hit me, and it seemed like the THC did at the same time, and I basically keeled over giggling until there were tears running down my cheeks. It wasn't even that funny, but something about the weed and the fact he was so serious at the same time made the situation so much funnier. I don't think we'll meet again, but not for that reason necessarily. We weren't the best fit, but the desire to find a mythical strawberry rhubarb in a field will always be in my heart. TL, Doctor, today I fucked up by admitting on a date that I thought strawberry rhubarb was a special, strawberry flavored remix of rhubarb, sort of like blue raspberry, if you will. Lol, all good. I always get a laugh remembering the first time as a cook that I tried to tell my chef that the quinoa was delicious. You know blue raspberry isn't real too, right? To be fair, there is such a thing as a strawberry guava that is totally not a strawberry at all. So if someone had a strawberry guava flavored dessert, it might have the color and even smell of strawberry, but no strawberries. Still, thanks for sharing the fun story. Today I fucked up by taking my driver's test with my mom's car and crashing. So, my mom is completely pissed off at me. Today was the day I had to go and take my driver's test. As I was exiting the DMV, the instructor starts talking to me about certain little things like the seatbelt and stuff, which is complete common sense. We get into the car, I roll down the window, and say goodbye to my mother, and I put on my seatbelt and fix my mirrors. I put the car in reverse, and then the instructor asks me to roll up the windows, and he starts asking about the car, basically distracting me. He asks me about the different things like neutral, drive, reverse, etc. And by the end of the conversation, I had the car set to drive. Thinking I had the car set to reverse, he tells me we can start, and I press on the gas, and the car crashes into the big parking lot brick. I start to panic, so I put the car in reverse, and press on the gas, and the whole bumper just gets pulled off the car. Meanwhile, my mother is standing on the sidewalk, pissed, yelling in anger and frustration. I get out the car, and the instructor just says to me, "Nice try, maybe next time," and he just walks back inside. I don't think I'm ever getting my driver's license anytime soon. Too long didn't read. I took my driver's test, and crashed into a brick, and completely ruined the front of my mom's car. That's what insurance is for. Better luck next time. Lol. Assuming they have collision coverage. I know it must be nerve-wracking and frustrating, but keep your head up. I know you said the instructor was distracting you, but bear in mind when you drive there will be a lot of distractions. Just try to keep focus and calm. You got it next time up. I drove into our carport coming home from school just a few months after I got my license when I was 16. We all do it at least once before we really learn. I had a bad accident when I was 19-20 and I stopped driving for about 3 days BC. I was so freaked out and scared. It happens to all new drivers BC. It takes years of practice to hone the skill. Just keep practicing until you feel you are ready. What I liked was empty parking lots and long stretches of country roads. You will get through this op. trust me, it seems hard, but I also just got my license. I was always comfortable behind the wheel, but from what I've seen, even the most nervous of people end up doing fine. It may seem like a huge mistake, but all you did was put a stick in the wrong position. You probably won't ever do that again. You'll do fine. My nerves are so awful. I failed my test 3 times before actually getting my freaking license. You're gonna do great next time. Just absolutely do not give up. Same. It was so stressful for me, but you just have to pass once and then you never have to worry about it again. It seemed like such a big deal at the time, but ultimately doesn't matter at all. Smile. Today I fucked up by forgetting my Zoom mic was on. Gosh, not the worst thing you will hear today, but it sure was awkward. So, like almost everyone since the pandemic started, I've gotten used to a certain level of comfort sitting behind my computer screen. There are many days spent in track pants and PJs commenting on lectures knowing that nobody can hear me. But today, I was listening to a lecture and having just come out of a breakout room, I forgot that my mic was on. The lecturer asked a question and I just answered right out like I usually do when I think no one can hear me. But everyone could. All of the 70 people in my class. Thing is, you're supposed to explain your answers and my classes are in my second language, so I usually don't speak up. So there I was, frightfully explaining my random outburst in my relatively broken Swedish. And I'm a rambler when I don't properly think about my answers beforehand. Wonderful. Sorry for making you read something so mundane. It's not nearly as exciting as some of the other stuff on this sub. Hope you have a nice day. Too long didn't read, forgot my Zoom mic, lead to rambling in front of whole class. You did what you normally should be able to dare to anyways. Try to be satisfied with unknowingly taking a step outside your comfort zone. Genan and Briar sig lika mycket som du helvomet så ohildigt misstagande. Smile at du pratar svenska med brightening går verkligen absolut ingenting heller. Det har du absolut rätt I. Smiley face. I turned the camera on for a whole 10 seconds. Until someone in school said looking good today. I just hung up and said fuck it, what's one day of my high school career. He, at least someone said something. Hello fellow broken Swedish speaker. Hopefully this experience will give you more courage to speak more. Lycka till. Tack. Yeah, hope so too. Smile. But did you have the right answer? Also, having been in many Zoom lectures, your classmates were probably relieved to not have had to answer. Listen to the same person who always answers, and likewise your lecturer was probably happy you had a go. I like when people engage. Smile. So try not to let this be something you think about at 3 AM lol. I don't really remember my answer. But you have a point. No one remembers stuff like that anyway. Thanks for the boost. Smile. Maybe not as extreme as some things on here, but definitely a fit for the sub. In fact, this fits the sub a lot better than a fair amount of posts on here.